May I request everyone to please turn on their cam so I can see your response if you were able to understand what I am saying regarding our discussion. So since we are done with ionic compounds or ionic bonding, we are going to proceed to another type of chemical bonding, which is covalent bonding. Okay, so as we continue, as we discuss concepts about covalent bonds, we are going to recall also some concepts about ionic bonding. Why? Because it's important for you to know the difference between the two in order for you to easily distinguish whether it is ionic or a covalent. Naintindihan po yun? Okay, so let me just share my screen. Okay, so covalent compound or covalent bonding, we have the following descriptions about covalent bonding. First, a compound is considered as covalent if it was formed by the type of bond that happens between two or more nonmetals. In contrast with ionic bonding was formed between a metal and a nonmetal. Natatandaan niyo yon? So here, if we are going to look at our periodic table of the elements, regardless of the color or black and white man yan, as its structure, they were mainly divided into two or three, no? Classification of elements, whether they are metal, non-metal, metal, or metalloid. So we just have to remember that this, excuse me, ladder like structure here is the border, or what do you call this one? Parang this is the one which was in between, or the divider, divider of the metal and non-metal. So yung ladder like structure na yan, that is our, parang palatandaan that elements on the left side were mainly metals, and elements on the right were mainly non-metals. Again, covalent bonding is the type of bond that happens between two or more non-metals. Because if it's non-metal and a metal, that is ionic. Naintindihan po yon? Okay, let's proceed. In covalent bonding, electrons are shared, not transferred. Because in ionic, electrons are being transferred, right? Metals are the one that usually share or give their electrons to the non-metals. Here in covalent bonding, we are not going to receive or transfer, but instead, we are going to share. Next, in covalent bonding, atoms will be neutral or have partial charges or sometimes no full charges. Unlike in ionic bonding, if an atom gives electron, it will become positive. If it is the one who gained, it will become negative. Dito, since we are not transferring, we are not receiving, we are just sharing, we don't have to worry about the plus or minus sign. Pero meron din naman na mga covalent compounds or covalent bonding that requires charges but not most of the time. Okay? Naintindihan po yan? Next, bonds here are being drawn as sticks. Literal na stick na ganyan or dash. Okay? Because it indicates two electrons that are shared between nuclei. So if you are going to see a stick or a dash-like structure na ganyan, it means two electrons were shared to become one. Okay? So, hindi natin siya i-drawing na we are connecting the dots, but instead, single straight line na lang. Okay? Ano pong ibig sabihin nun? Two electrons paired to each other. So, can you now distinguish between the difference between the ionic and covalent bonding? Okay, sige, let us try whether it is a covalent or not. Okay, chlorine molecule, is it covalent or not covalent? Anyone? Tingin kayo.
Covalent.
Okay, sino yun? Is it Enrico?
Enrico po.
Okay. Why do you think it is covalent, Enrico?
Because it's part on the non-metal side.
Okay, exactly. So, 2 here indicates that we have two chlorines, right? 2Cl. And of course, parehas naman silang chlorine, and chlorine is a non-metal. Both of them were non-metal. Covalent. Correct. Next, aluminum sulfide. Covalent or not covalent? Tingin lang kayo doon sa elements natin. This time, we have aluminum and
Not po.
sulfur. Yes, Daniel?
Not po. Not covalent.
Okay. Not covalent. Why not covalent, Daniel?
Because there's a metal and a non-metal po. Aluminum and sulfur.
Okay. Aluminum is a metal, sulfur is a non-metal. So, ibig sabihin ito ay ionic bonding. Next, sodium bromide, NaBr. Covalent or not covalent? Okay, sabi ni Raymart,
Not
not
po.
po. Okay. Sabi rin ni Rad, not po. So, Rad, why is it not a covalent? Bakit kaya hindi yan covalent, Rad? Asan na yun?
Ay, nakamit pala. Because sodium is a metal
Mhm.
and Br Br is a non-metal.
Okay, exactly. So, this one also is considered as ionic bonding. And last, we have water, H2O.
Covalent.
Okay, covalent. Paul, why covalent? We have hydrogen and oxygen.
Because there's no metal in water.
Okay, there's no metal. Both of them were non-metal. So by just looking at the elements involved in bonding or of these compounds, we can somehow identify whether it's a covalent or ionic. So kahit papano, nakita po dito kung paano magiging ionic or covalent. Abby, Arlene, naintindihan po ito? Question? Okay, now we are going to proceed on how covalent bonding happens. Okay, so how to form bonds. So Gagamitin natin of course yung two covalent compounds na meron na tayo kanina para hindi na tayo lalayo. So we have here chlorine molecule. So first thing that we are going to do is to write the elements involved, which are 2 chlorine. So how many valence electrons ang meron tayo sa chlorine? Ilan daw ang valence ng
7.
chlorine? 7. So, ang gagawin natin, ilalagay muna ulit natin yung kanyang Lewis dot structure, which is 7. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ganon din sa kabila. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now, kung mapapansin nyo, each of the element requires another 1 electron in order for it to become a stable configuration of noble gas or consisting of 8 electrons. Now, parehas sila na non-metal. Sabi natin kanina, in forming covalent bonds, we cannot transfer electron. So what do you think will happen here? Para yung isang chlorine makumpleto, ganun din yung isang chlorine. So let us use an analogy. Kunwari, meron kang tropa, no? Gusto niyong bumili ng sapatos. Okay? Pero, yung sapatos na nagkakahalaga ng 1,000, tag 500 lang ang meron kayo. So, anong mangyayari para mabili niyo yung tagwa 1,000 na sapatos? Kung true friends talaga kayo,
Pagsama.
okay. Maaari nyong ambagan, sharing. Ambagan kayo. Ngayon, pwedeng ang usapan ninyong dalawa, sige, ganitong araw, ikaw ang gagamit ng sapatos. Monday, ikaw gagamit. Sa Tuesday, ako naman. Wednesday, ikaw. Thursday, ako. Friday, ikaw. Saturday, ako. Palitan. No? Nag-ambagan kayo, nag-share kayo, at nakabili kayo ng tagwa 1,000 na sapatos. So imagine, sa chlorine, parang kayo yan ng kaibigan nyo. In order for you to become both a stable configuration of noble gas, kailangan nyong mag-ambagan, mag-contribute sa isa't isa. So this chlorine will contribute 1 electron to another chlorine. Same with this chlorine will give as well or contribute to another chlorine. They will share and contribute to each other, forming the covalent bond in between their nuclei. Sabi natin kanina, that bond indicates how many electrons? Dalawa. That became a pair. So we can now write Cl with the bond in between plus the remaining electrons that were not involved in our bonding. Okay? Naintindihan po yan? So ngayon, ano ang tawag sa mga remaining electrons na hindi naman na-involve sa ambagan? Ang tawag dyan, lone pairs. Okay? Or lone electron pairs. Okay? So these are the electrons that are not involved in bonding. Okay? So, kung titingnan ninyo yung ating bond, single double or triple? Single bond only. So in here, in our example, we were able to create a single covalent bond that has two electrons that became one pair. So, naintindihan po ito? Nag-transfer ba tayo? Hindi. Nag-receive ba tayo? Hindi. Nag-share or nag-contribute lang tayo sa isa't isa. Okay? Nakita ba yung connection ng analogy dito sa ating chlorine? Okay. May we proceed? So, we have to take note of this. Paano nangyari na electrons can form bonds? Because they are moving at 2,200 kilometer per second, which is fast enough to travel the whole Earth in 18 seconds. So, sa bilis ng movement nila, they will stuck to each other and then it will form a bond. Okay, yun yung covalent bond na na-form natin in between two chlorines that we have a while ago. Okay, so masyado bang mabilis? Tama lang. Question, bago tayo sa isa pang example. Okay. May question po ba, Raymark? Rad? Okay. Sige, dun tayo sa ating isa pang covalent example kanina, which is the water. So here, we have two molecules of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. So, ilan ang valence electron ng hydrogen?
1
1.
po.
Okay, so tag-isa sila. How about the oxygen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So, kung maaaring maisip natin, hydrogen requires 7 electrons to become stable. No. We have to take note that hydrogen does not conform to the octet rule or yung 8 electrons, no, in covalent bonding. Why? Because its outer shell contains only one electron. Ang kailangan niya lang, it will share its electron to another element or atom for it to become the same number of electron which helium has. Sorry. Isoelectronic with helium. Pag sinabi nating isoelectronic, ibig sabihin parehas sila ng number of electrons. So let us see kung paano magko-contribute si hydrogen kay oxygen. Paano pag pinagsama natin tong hydrogen directly to another hydrogen? Hindi yun pwede. Kasi mawawalan ng silbi yung presence here ni oxygen. So, ang gagawin natin, regardless kung ano yung kukunin or isi-share na electron ni hydrogen kay oxygen, ganito ang magiging sharing niya. Kahit saan dyan ang kunin niya. Now, we can notice that it became 2 electrons in one hydrogen. Now it is isoelectric with the valence electron of helium because helium has 2. Okay? Now, nag-contribute si oxygen kay hydrogen Si hydrogen naman magko-contribute din kay oxygen. The hydrogen will also share its its electrons to the oxygen that will form two single bonds, which are okay. So the four remaining electrons here, these are our lone electron pairs. Tapos, the electrons from the hydrogen and oxygen form two single bonds. So, nakita po yon. Kompleto na ba ngayon? Si oxygen, 8 na po ba siya? Yes. Kasi, nag-share si, si hydrogen sa kanya. Now, it became 8 electrons. Okay? So, both atoms were benefited in forming covalent bonds. So, nakuha po ito. Sa hydrogen lang naman ito may case na ganito. Okay? Pero, other elements such carbon and nitrogen, they can either form single, double, or triple bonds. Continue tayo. So how about if there is a carbon atom in covalent bonding? Okay, so we can take note that a carbon atom, since it has 4 valence electron, it can either form single, double, triple bonds with other carbon atoms as well as sa iba pang elements. Okay, so paano nangyari yon? So let us identify first the valence electron of each element. Carbon has 4, oxygen has 6. Okay? So, ilan ay i-contribute ni oxygen, oxygen 1 and oxygen 2 sa ating carbon para maging 8 siya? So, the first oxygen should contribute 2 electrons. Same with the second oxygen. 2 plus 2 plus 4, carbon will become 8. Okay? So it will form bonds such 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. Hi. For a while lang. Okay. So if we are going to look at this formed covalent bonds, 2 electrons from the oxygen will be contributed to the carbon. Same with the carbon contributing to the oxygen. Ganun din sa isa pa. So we form here double bonds. Okay? So we have to take note that a double bond is formed when 2 atoms share 2 electron pairs. So, meron tayong dalawang pares dito ng dalawang electrons. Okay? So, ito siya. Double bond ang tawag dyan. Because we have 1, 2 electron pairs. Okay? So, naintindihan po yon. Question, you can ask questions kapag parehas lang yung process na ginawa natin kanina. It's just that we formed here a double bond. Kasi yung kanina, single bond naman iyon. So, paano nagkaroon ng double bond here? Kasi we have the presence of carbon that has 4 valence electrons. So, kapag nag-bond siya with other elements or carbon itself, it can form double bonds. Okay? So, I will further explain yun sa iba pang mga example kapag may tanong kayo on our next meeting. Parang yung sa ionic bonding lang. Last, we have the nitrogen atom. Each nitrogen has 5 electrons. So, it will require 3 more electrons in order to attain the configuration of neon. Neon, ano lang yan? Example ng stable noble gas. So, we have here a molecule of nitrogen. So, we have to write first the valence electron of nitrogen, which is 5. So, meron siyang 5. Pero dahil dalawa yung ating nitrogen dyan, pagsasamahin natin silang dalawa. Okay? So, ilan daw ang kailangan ng bawat isa para maging stable configuration of a noble gas? Kailangan nila ng tag-tatlo. Kaya ang mangyayari, valence electrons will rearrange, forming 3 bonds in between the nuclei. Okay? So, both nitrogen now has 8 electrons. Paano nangyari yun? If we are going to count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same with the on yung isa pang nitrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nakita nyo yon? Ito yung binibilang ko. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ganon din sa kabila. Ayaw mabura. Okay, so ganun din sa kabila na nitrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Kasi hindi naman tayo nag-transfer, hindi rin tayo nag-receive. We just shared to each other. Okay? So don't worry, I will further explain this with other examples next meeting kasi you're supposed to do this as your seat work for today. But since we have a quiz, I will first explain what is required